People never liked the real me. So why would I have expected the people who I thought were going to be there for me? Why should I have expected that they were going to stay there for me? I had a person comment on one of my videos, one of my older videos, where I had a middle part, and the guy was like, "So, looks like Lord Farquaad over here has a couple piercings and likes to talk about how demons want him to kill himself." And I'm sitting here thinking, I was like, okay, this is a very interesting comment. One, they think my hallucinations are demons. Two, they think I look like Lord Farquaad, which I think if I split my hair down the middle, very obvious it's there. But I like to flip it onto the side. So today we're going to be talking about kind of a sad topic, a topic that not a lot of people really know about, because mental hospitals are the kind of environments where people normally don't talk about their experiences because of the stigma and all of the negative things people associate with mental hospitals. But in reality, it can be very helpful for some people. Sometimes it's not what they need, sometimes it's not what they want, but they're there nonetheless, and people have experienced time in mental hospitals. So I'm going to be talking about my time in a mental hospital when I was being transitioned from the hospital back into the real world. And this was happening when I was still in high school. I'm in college now, but this was happening while I was in high school. And basically what I was doing was I was taking one day out of the week to go back to school. And I would do that for a couple weeks, and then we'd slowly increase we'd slowly increase the amount of time I stay in school. So maybe for 2 days, and then 3 days, and then half the week, and continuing on and on and on. That is something that really made me happy, because I didn't want to be in the hospital. I wanted to be at school. I wanted to be with the people I knew, the people who I've been with for so long. And one of the strange things about that is people get used to a world without you, a world where you don't have a place in, and so they adapt to that world where you're not in it, and you get left behind. It's one of the hardest things to come to terms with, because these people who you thought they would never forget about me, and oh, if I go back to school, it would be like how it was before, laughing, cracking jokes, having people to sit with during lunch, and people to work with in group projects and stuff like that. But that's just simply not how it works. That's not how it worked. People get used to a world without you, and you have to face that fact. And they may not be as welcoming to you as they were before. And so you have to learn how to make do with what you have. I spent a lot of time as a young kid, middle school, elementary school, by myself, because I didn't know how to relate with other kids my age. And that's sort of what it was like in high school, but to a whole new level. I didn't know how to relate with other kids my age, but when I did, I thought they would react as if nothing had changed after I returned. But that's not how it was. I had no one to sit with at lunch. So I sat by myself underneath a tree, and that was one of the foolproof things that I've experienced when it came to being in a environment where you don't exactly click with the people around you. And I'm not saying this to berate any of those people, any of my friends, because what they did is perfectly natural. I'm not mad at them, and I don't blame them. People just move on, and I had to move on as well. I had no one to sit with during a couple of my periods, no one to work with on group projects. The people who I used to sit next to replaced my desk with somebody else's, a new person in the group. They formed new cliques and relationships. And so I returned to that younger version of me, the me who during recess would sit underneath a tree reading a book, except I was in high school, sitting eating my lunch under a tree by myself. That was the sad, sad reality of my situation, because I was transferring transitioning into a school that forgot about me. So it's a bit of a rough thing to talk about, because one of the hardest things you have to get used to is being in a room full of people but still feeling so alone. And that's a horrible feeling, and it's a feeling I felt for basically my entire life. I wasn't able to connect with the people around me. Never enough. Never consistently enough. Because I may be able to click with the occasional one or two people, but eventually I destroy that relationship. And that kind of stuff doesn't exactly happen once in a blue moon. I find that through my own self-destructive behavior, I destroy relationships with the people who I call closest to me. And I know it's my fault, but I simply don't know what else to do. It's the way I am. My personality is a very off-putting personality. My personality can be a bit hard to deal with. That's why I cover my face. That's why I used to change my voice. People never liked the real me. People never liked the real me. So why would I have expected the people who I thought were going to be there for me? Why should I have expected that they were going to stay there for me? But now I'm in college. So fuck high school. Studying to get my master's in psychology. And I do realize that a lot of the stuff I say is just brain fart, just throw up, brain fart, throw up. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today, so we're going to be talking about that. See you in the next one.